You mentioned Barbie Girl earlier. Let's talk about the kids requesting classic older songs, like songs maybe from the 80s or 90s.
They don't.
You don't see that.
They don't. But that's because they don't think about it.
Okay.
It's okay. So this is the way that I tell my schools when they say, "Well, the DJ played really old music." No, I totally get that. But it wasn't the DJ played old music. I guarantee you, the DJ sucked. So everything that he played, you didn't like. And they're like, well, it was like really old. I'm like, okay, well, hold on. Like, how old? Like, well, it was back like, 2006. I'm like, okay, well, that's really old. We've got a problem. But I was like, I'm like, okay, guys. And I play a quick video where, they're like dancing. I can't remember. It was like, I think it was Red Nose at that point. It was like a newer song. And then it goes into Yeah. And they're like, oh, that's my jam. And after Yeah, the video goes into Get Low. And they're like, oh, we love them. I'm like, okay, cool. Because those two songs are from 2001. So what were you guys saying about really old? They're like, oh. And then, like I did a set with like, I showed them another video of this is, where they're going out crazy to This Is How We Do It.
Yeah.
The thing is, and I told them, like, look, here's the thing. It's not that your DJ played old music. He just sucks at mixing. And that's perfectly fine that he sucks at mixing because you guys aren't going to hire him again, right? And they're like, oh, yeah. So that way, I have confirmation right there, not going to hire that DJ again. Done. Now we can keep going. So it's just those little subtle things you can do to kind of dig that in them. But, I told them, like, look, the thing is, when you guys, you find a recent movie, and I tell them, like, okay, so let's say for now, it would be Deadpool. Let's pretend you're at school. I'm like, John, when you went to go see Deadpool, did you know the entire storyline?
No.
No, you went to go to be surprised, to be entertained, to be amused. Well, that should be the same way when you're there with a DJ. You're there to be entertained, to have a good time. If you know what he's going to play, and if this is going to be the same music, faded in, faded out, why are you bothering with a DJ? Why not just get an iPod and fill it up with, student requests and just call it a night?
Right.
So if you guys want to do that, I can rent you an iPod, seriously, and I'll just rent you the equipment, and then I can send my DJ to another school and do twice as many events. Mm-hmm. And they're like, well, we don't want that. I'm like, exactly, because you want somebody who's going to mix the music and do something crazy with it. And they're like, well, yeah. I'm like, okay, so it's not that the DJ played bad stuff, it's just that he didn't mix it, he didn't catch you by surprise. He didn't have that oh moment where you play a song and the whole crowd goes, oh, because that's their jam. And because, because once I have that mentality, or once I have them with that mentality, that's why we get away with, doing like EDM remixes of popular stuff. Or we have like an EDM remix of Bon Jovi, Living on a Prayer. And I love that because the first, when he starts, doing the first couple of stanzas of the song, people are like, wait, what is this? Oh, this is Living on a Prayer. And then they went up singing to the whole thing. Mm-hmm. And they go nuts, or, Journey, or whatever the case may be. We don't do a lot of that. We just really kind of sprinkle it throughout the night. The reason is because it's music that the administration knows. So I get admin really not telling me what to play music-wise when they hear a song every, 30, 45 minutes that they recognize.
Sure.
The admin, people keep thinking admin is like, they're still like, they were born in the 60s or something. Keep in mind, your average teacher nowadays is, almost our age. So whatever music that we like, most likely that administrator or the teacher is going to like as well. So, whenever I do the throwback stuff, they're like, oh, that was my jam. And they're out there dancing. If you get the teachers dancing, if you do play a song, it's a little bit somewhat more risque because, it says bend over, make your knees touch your elbows. They're not going to freak out on you as much because, they know that you're really mixing it up. We have one school where, the whole set was just tons of variety, but it was mostly newer music. And it was really well mixed and everything. One of my lecturers was Kelly. He mixed that thing flawlessly the whole time. And the administrator in charge goes, I loved it, but it was just the same stuff the whole time. It was like the same beat. And I'm like, well, thank you. We appreciate it because that means that we went so seamlessly, you didn't even notice when the beat changed. He goes, wait, the beat changed? And we showed him the plays. He goes, wow, I didn't even notice that. But then I thought, I'm like, it's because he didn't recognize any of those songs.
Oh, yeah.
So then next year, mixed it up, and then we did some songs that he knew. He goes, oh, I love how you really played a huge variety. I'm like, yeah, it was pretty much the same type of set where we jumped from this genre, this but not because we played something that he would recognize, again, throwback stuff, whether it was Barbie Girl or This Is How We Do It. That changed the whole landscape of things.
Cool. That's interesting. How that idea of working it in and keeping the advisors.
Exactly. And real quick, I want to add, because you mentioned requests. Yeah, we take requests, and I tell the students we take them, but we don't always honor them because just because it's in the top 40, just because it's popular, doesn't mean it's danceable. Let's pick on Rick Ross. Can anybody tell me a single Rick Ross song that's danceable?
Yeah.
There isn't, but he was, he had some Billboard top 100s. I don't know why. Maybe it's because of and people felt sorry for his bad ticker. But I know that's horrible. I'm going to hell. But and I tell school like Rick Ross really isn't dance ball. Like, no, you're right. I'm like, look at Drake. This is the year of Drake. Drake actually has music that's really popular in the club. But prior to, a lot of Drake's hits were, there's nothing really you could do with it.
Right.
So I tell them like, look, we play stuff you can dance to. Can we all agree that it's stuff you can dance to? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, that's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
So that right there has a comfort of, what they expect. And they'll always ask, well, can we submit a playlist? I'm like, you can submit a songs that you like. You cannot submit, this is what you have to play, because otherwise, we're not the company for you. We're not jukeboxes. We're here because you trust us to be your DJ. If, whether it's me or somebody else, if when you meet with them, you don't trust them to handle your entire, you should be able to say, I'm not going to submit any songs at all and have full confidence that they're going to rock out that dance. And if you don't feel that way, then you should not even hire them. Don't even look at them. Move on to the next person till you find somebody that you could trust without submitting a playlist.
Yeah, good.